Hey, welcome to the Chronicles of Kathleen. I'm Kathleen, and this is a place for cozy moments, thoughtful living, and doing challenging things in small, meaningful ways. Welcome. Today I'm heading to an art fair. It's the first Saturday to start the summer for me, so I've been feeling some anxiety kind of last night into today, and kind of thinking about the week ahead has made me feel just a little bit anxious. I've decided that I'm going to go to this art fair and I'm going to go alone. This is something that I would usually do with friends, which I've done in the past. This is an art fair that I go to almost every single year, and it's just a really big event around town. This year, it feels kind of daunting going alone, but I don't want going alone to keep me from doing the things that I want to do. All of my friends that I would invite to this art fair are out of town, so that leaves me all by myself, which feels kind of daunting. But I thought that this could be a really good opportunity for me to challenge myself to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable, be able to be okay with being by myself, not relying on other people to kind of be that crutch. That is my challenge today, is go to this place, this event that I've been to many times before, which I've felt comfortable with other people in the past, but feels just a little bit uncomfortable by myself. So, to combat the anxiety, I decided that I wanted to make a list of things that worried me about going to this art fair, and really just how I would fix them in the moment. So, the first thing that worries me is the parking situation. It can get pretty congested there. It's a very popular event, like I said. I get a little anxious with cars around and parking. I've researched an area that I think I will be able to park at comfortably. It requires a little bit of walking, but that's okay. That's kind of my plan today, is to do some walking and get some steps in, as long as I'm just feeling comfortable. So, next is my worry about being dehydrated. I'm always worried about if I'm going to get dehydrated, because when I feel like I don't have enough water in my system, like I just get really tired and just really out of it. So I'm bringing my 40-ounce water bottle with me, make sure that I'm drinking it pretty consistently. I've not been doing a good job at drinking water lately, so I have one of those goals to be better at that. Now, another worry that I have is kind of a social worry, and that's probably the main worry that I have is, what if I run into someone I know? Which I know it sounds really stupid, like you know them. You should be able to talk to them, and it's a really good opportunity to hang out with people that you know and see friends. And that's very true. I get excited at that prospect, but also when I hang out with people that I know, whether very casually or my best friends, I always kind of have to anticipate it and think about how long I'll be there and what we'll talk about and kind of what we'll do together. I always kind of have to think about those things beforehand. So if I run into someone kind of out in the wild without anticipating it, it gets really just anxiety provoking for me. So if I think about that, I'm going to see maybe someone that I didn't anticipate seeing. I mean, I could make small talk with them. So I could talk about the art, maybe what they're doing the rest of the weekend, the excitement for summer, maybe try to make a plan with them or something to hang out at some point. But if they're more of like a casual person, we can talk about casual things. So I just need to remind myself that it's okay to have a quick small talk and then go off and continue enjoying the art. Those are things that I just need to remember, that that's okay to do. I don't need to sit there and have the pressure of talking to them for so long, but it's okay to have a quick small talk. Hello, nice to see you, and have a great rest of your day. The next one is the bathroom situation. If I'm drinking a lot of water, I'll probably need to use the restroom. I know that there's a couple of restaurants in the area, and I can just duck into one of those restaurants. The last one is kind of a big one for me. It's one that I've struggled with my entire life, and I think it's one that a lot of people struggle with. It's having these invasive thoughts of like, what if someone is judging me or looks at me weird or doesn't like me or doesn't want to talk to me when I try to make small talk about their art or whatever. What if I have these invasive thoughts where I think that someone doesn't like me? or someone has negative thoughts about me. You think I would be an expert at this point because this is something I have just been working so hard on my entire life, but it's something I struggle with every single day. The best thing that I can do is just be myself. And if they can't accept it, then that's them. Just let them be them because they're letting me be me. Most of the time, it really has nothing to do with you or with me. Usually, it has to do with them. I remind myself that sometimes I can come off as cold, but it never has to do with the other person. It always has to do with myself and kind of what's going on in my head at the moment. And that's something that I need to remind myself. I don't know what people have gone through that day or that week, that month, that year. I can't read anyone's mind, not that I would want to if I could. But it's important to just kind of give them that grace and know that this is not about me. It's probably about them. So yeah, that is kind of my goal for today, is to go get uncomfortable by myself, get social with some of the artists, maybe some people that I run into there, and just really enjoy the art, have a good time. Let's go to the art fair. We'll see you there. All right, so I parked actually outside of my friend's house, which is like maybe a half mile away from the fair. One thing I also forgot to mention was having the camera with me and just kind of filming everything. I get anxious about kind of people looking at me, any attention that I might have. That's kind of come into my mind a little bit. And I just think that that's something I'm just going to have to kind of figure out as I continue on this journey of kind of doing this series. Kind of goes with that I can't control everyone else, I can only control myself. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, control myself, think about what's in my control.
Just finished up there for a couple hours. I got way too much art. I swear next time I have to just do a one art piece limit or else I want to buy everything.
Whew. Welcome back. I just got home from the art fair that I went to, and let's talk about it. Do you want to see the haul that I got? I mean, I went to an art fair. Don't you want to see the art that I got? The one piece of art that I was looking for the entire time was this one. It's a little otter sitting on books. And I've been thinking about this for a year. I saw it at the art fair last year and I thought it was adorable. I did not buy it, regretted it ever since. And this was the last one that she had. And it's going to go perfect in my home, my kind of aesthetic of my home. We have a lot of books around, kind of some book type of artwork, some like whimsical things. And I think it'll go perfect in the living room. So I'm really excited about that one. Another one I got, it's kind of a duo set here. First one, it's Barbie and Ken in the bathroom. I'm going to put this in my bathroom. And this one, it's Barbie and Creature from the Black Lagoon, I think. I thought those were really, really cute and really, really fun. I saw them at an art fair about a month ago, and I just happened upon it this time, and I'd really wish that I'd bought them at the art fair before. So when I saw them here, I was really, really excited. So this is going to look awesome in my house too. I then came upon a candle booth, which there's no art fair unless you have a candle booth, right? So I did find a candle, which I usually Sorry, I usually don't buy candles at art fairs, but I really love the smell of this one. It's the smell of a sweet pineapple, juicy mango, goji berry, and ocean driftwood. It's called Sun Goddess. It smells like summer. It's perfect. Exactly what summer should smell like. I got that along with this. It was called a candle rug, and I thought it was a really cute idea. I was looking for something yesterday to put some candles on, and I couldn't find anything that was good enough, and this really seemed perfect. I really love the colors in it. Just that teal color that really stands out is really, really pretty. That's what I got. That was my haul. So let's talk about how I think the art fair went, how I think that I did, and how I think I felt about it. I think overall it felt really, really good. When I was walking amongst the art, I was so happy. I love to look at people's art. I really love interpreting it. And it was just really fun to see all of that. I was smiling the whole time. It was just a lot of fun. Often, when I reflect upon my anxieties and how I did after anticipating these anxieties, I think, what was I anxious about? And that's kind of how I feel in this situation. Because I had some minor anxieties, like the parking. And I think it helped that I researched where to go ahead of the time. I think it helped that I had been there before, so I kind of knew where to park. The parking was not a problem for me. Like, it was pretty full, but I could just go a block or two down. And if I was willing to walk, which I was, it really was not a problem. I was also afraid of being dehydrated, which it was really hot today. I was sweating a lot, and I'm really glad that I brought my water. And that was a huge lifesaver. I've just learned that if I'm prepared, I will be fine. Then the next one was, what if I run into someone that I know? So I didn't run into anyone that I knew of. I don't know if anyone saw me and maybe avoided me. Huh? It wasn't something that I was thinking about the entire time. It helped to have the art to focus on, so I wasn't thinking about what if I ran into someone or having these invasive thoughts. I was more focused on what the art looked like and how it could look in my home, and making a mental note of, like, oh, remember that artist next time. It wasn't a problem. I feel like if I had run into someone that I knew, it would have been okay. Like, I had some talking points in my head. I kind of knew what to think about, what to say. I knew that I would have had to have asked questions to them, so there wasn't like a dead end in the conversation. I think I would have been fine. But I think, again, that's because I had thought of topics beforehand and I was prepared. And again, the bathroom situation was not a problem either. There were bathrooms all over the place, and restaurants everywhere. It really was no big deal. And then the last one was a big one for me, was the invasive thoughts of others judging me or not liking me based off of like optics. And that was something that I was nervous about, because I am wearing, I guess you could say, like a political type of shirt today. And I thought it looked cute on. So I have to say, there were a ton of people that gave me compliments on aspects of my outfit that I was wearing today. And it made me feel really good. Given that we're in a pretty liberal city, that I felt comfortable to be able to wear something like that, and where I would feel supported by the community. But I knew that this could be a safe place to wear something like that, so I felt comfortable doing it. Given that, there was one person that was confused about the message. It says, make the patriarchy extinct, and someone asked me what the patriarchy meant. I explained it to her, and she explained how her marriage is an equal marriage, and I thought that was really nice. But that wasn't really the point of my shirt, but that's okay. It was a really nice conversation. I think the point of this is that if you go into it having an open mind, being open to talking to people, and being respectful and kind and leading with that, I think people respond pretty well to that. And this isn't a political channel at all. My intention is not to bring politics here. Really, my intention is to bring people together and create a community of soft, gentle challenges, and for our anxious friends to be able to understand that there is someone that's going along life like that with you. So, if you don't agree with my political ideations at all, that is okay. And I accept that. But I don't accept any comments that would be negative towards that. So if you're watching this channel and you want to be able to have political discussions, this is not the place to do that. I'm not interested in that at all. So please don't do that. I'm coming from a place of love and support and connection. And that's all that I am here for. I live in the Twin Cities. I've lived in Minnesota my entire life. We've been through a lot of and things have been hard for us. So I really hope that you come to this channel with a lot of grace and a lot of understanding as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Anyways, however, I did have some invasive thoughts. Especially when I went to sit down for lunch, I went to a place called Carnival Bar. It's one I'd never been to before. And I thought, it's okay. I can go to a small little restaurant out of my comfort zone. I can do that. And so I did, and everyone was really friendly. However, my social game wasn't very on point today. I was sitting by a bunch of people. One person wasn't with anyone. Other people were talking to the people they were with. The bartender had complimented my outfit. I wish instead of just saying thank you, I wish I had done like a yes and. I wish I had continued the conversation because it felt like from there on, I just said, oh, thank you, and the conversation had ended. One thing that I've really wanted to work on this year is being social with people that I just don't know and get to know people outside of my group of friends, get to know strangers that I might be sitting next to. It can be really hard living in a state like Minnesota where people are very insular. They kind of have their group of friends that they stick with. It's really hard to penetrate that. It's really hard to sometimes strike up a conversation with in public. They might think, like, what are you talking to me for? It's just kind of weird. And I get it. I am part of that population too. If someone starts talking to me at let's say, since I was at the restaurant, like a restaurant, for instance, I'm like, what are you at? What are you getting at? I kind of look at them like, what's your angle? What are you looking for? And I think that's just Minnesotans in general. I just don't think that's a healthy way to go about social situations. So, next time I go out, that's one thing that I really want to work on is striking up a conversation with someone next to me, or if I'm at a bar, like a bartender or just someone around, and just making a connection. I've done it before when I felt like really on top of it, but today it was just kind of different. So it's something that I really want to work on. I think I have some ideas for how to do it, but I think I'm going to save that for another video when I hold that challenge for myself next time. Yeah, so overall, it was a really good experience. I'm really glad that I went, and I feel really proud of myself for stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing something that scares me just a little bit. As I reflect upon the event, I hope to create more mindful challenges for myself, challenges that help me slightly grow every single day. And I feel like having this to focus on in the summer is really going to dampen my anxiety of the summer. So I will continue these challenges. And I hope that you continue to come with me for the ride. So if you live in a state like Minnesota or a country like Minnesota where people are more to themselves and it's really hard to penetrate through their social circle, I want to know if you've had success with this, what has worked for you, and I really hope that I can use some of those methods. So thank you for coming along. I really appreciate you being here. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you want to continue along the journey with me, go ahead and subscribe and you will get notifications every time I post something. Thank you for being here. Bye.